Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Breach League Hardcore. Last episode, we did a couple maps, did a couple Xana dailies, and we're really, trying to figure out what to do for the next couple episodes. The conclusion was, let's try to raise our bonus objectives so we can work on more maps, and that will, I think that works towards three different or lets us progress through three different challenges. Specifically, we can work towards the Twin Maps challenge, the rare unID'd rare maps challenge, as well as hopefully eventually, where is it? Completing the bonus objectives challenge. So we need to complete 25 maps of tier 11 or higher. It's gonna be pretty tough, but hopefully we'll get there eventually. Currently, we're still only at tier 3 or tier 4. So today, let's try to finish some more of these tier 3 maps. And then let's get those over with. Now, I believe that I haven't done an unID'd tier 3 map yet. I don't know if I have one. I don't. So if Xana sells an unID'd tier 3 map, that's probably when we go for it. Currently, there's only an unID'd tier 2, but we do have these tier 3s available: the cavern, the sewer, as well as the Veil Pyramid. Let's just do the Veil Pyramid. Let's roll it real quick. Goatman seems fine. More accuracy is fine as well. Pretty easy map. We should be able to get through it relatively quickly. The Warbands mod is available now to us, so we can roll that if we choose to. It gives us increased quantity, but also, at the cost of having Warbands in the map, which isn't too bad unless you actually get something like a Warband leader, in which case it might be a little tough. But, I mean, one of the challenges is to destroy a Warband leader, or to kill a Warband leader, and if we could do that, that would be good. I'm hoping I don't have to spend too much money on the Xana mods themselves, because they do get expensive over time. So for Warbands, I believe there's a map like Arsenal or something. It's like a tier 12 map that actually where the final boss is a Warband pack. So maybe if we get lucky there, we can fight a Warband leader. If not, okay, maybe we'll have to spend some money on just rolling warbands. That's something we'll have to decide early on, because if we try to do that like really late in the league, we might just never finish that challenge. So we have to decide: do we want to spend all that money to begin with? And I think the answer is no. And the reason is because I want to spend the money on Pirandas instead. I believe one of the challenges is to get Piranda's coffers, and that one is also going to be pretty tough. Is that an endgame grind? It's not. What was it? Encounter 3? Yeah, Encounter 3, opening 10 Piranda's coffers. So we're gonna have to do that and the Warband leaders. And honestly, either way, there's no point in doing it now. You want to use those Xana mods when you have like higher tier maps, like tier 10, tier 11 maps that are really well rolled, that already have like a lot of quantity. That way, even though you're going to be spending like 2 or 3, no, like 4 or 5 chaos rolling the Warband or Pirandas mod. I guess for the Warband, in the case of Warband, it's 3 chaos, but for Pirandas, I'm assuming it's more than that. And you spend all that currency, you want to get at least that amount back. So you want to get your initial investment back, and the only way you can really do that is if you have a really well-rolled map that already has high quantity, and now you're adding even more. And it's like a high level, so there's a chance that you get like pretty decent drops that you can sell, and someone's willing to buy it. So that's what we're hoping for. So I guess we won't roll any Xana mods until maybe we get to tier 8, tier 9 maps or something like that. Somewhere in the mid range of like max maps. So we're gonna have to wait on that. In the meantime, we should focus on leveling Xana up to... Whoa, that was kind of dangerous. leveling Xana up to level 6 or maybe 7, and hopefully that will help. And hopefully it won't cost us too much money to do it, right? That's my biggest concern, really. Okay, well, for this map, I mean, so far, so good. Nothing that's a real concern right now. That breach was a little dicey, but we got through it just fine. Gotta be careful, we can't fall asleep, you know, during those breaches. Because one wrong move could kill you. Like, my fingers were a little slow with popping the flasks, and it like ticked me down to half health or something. It was ticking very quickly, so that got me a little concerned. We're gonna have to really think about how we build this character now for the next couple levels. We don't have that many skill points left, so the last few points are really just to fine-tune the character. You know, if I find that I'm missing life, okay, maybe I could pick up a couple life nodes. If I'm missing damage, I pick up those. I'm kind of regretting picking up the critical chance nodes, because I don't think they're that useful, really. Even after we pick up all our critical chance nodes, we'll be at somewhere like, oh, I don't know, 15% chance to crit. Obviously without, you know, our rings, because the rings and amulet currently don't have anything. I don't think they have crit chance. But if we add crit chance there, maybe we'll be at like 20% to crit. That's still not extremely high. I mean, we could add, you know, add a crit chance and whatever into the other slots for our bow, but I don't know if that's really worth it. I'm still debating there. And if crit isn't good, we'll probably just respec out of it and go for raw damage or something instead. I mean, that's still good, right? Like, damage for us is really important because it synergizes so well with our build. For a lot of builds, you know, if you have low damage but you have like a stupid amount of attack speed, or you have a lot of DPS, like, that's good enough for you as long as you can clear maps. But for us, if our initial hit doesn't do enough damage, we can't stun. And the entire build is about stunning, right? So I don't know, like, we gotta try and get it to work. So far in tier 3 maps, it seems to be fine. For the most part, they're getting stunned, and yeah, like, we're pretty good defensively, I would say. And I'm really glad that I picked up the Doriani's invitation, because it actually, I think it made a big difference. So we are well on our way to perma-stunning rares. When it comes to unique bosses, like map bosses and stuff, we're still pretty iffy. But, I mean, like, 90% of the game is just killing trash mobs. So if we can do at least that, you know, I'm happy with the status quo. Oh. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy that it's already 2017. I went on vacation, back to work, and it's like, I don't know, it just feels weird. I'm still in vacation mode, you know? I'm not ready to go back. And like, I was writing a check to my landlord for rent, and I wrote 2016. Like, I'm not, my mind hasn't, like, it hasn't clicked. It hasn't made that connection that it's currently 2017. It's just really weird. And I don't know how well people adjust. And I say adjust, and it sounds so weird, but that's exactly what I have to do. I have to adjust. Because if I don't, I just kind of, I'm just like out of it. Like, for the longest time, we've been writing 2017, you know, in our, I don't know, in our assignments, in our homework, in our checks, and when you sign, you know, when you sign a form or whatever, it all says 2016, and having to write 2017, it just feels really weird. It doesn't feel the same. So it takes me like a good, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks to adjust. Whoa, what's the boss? The whole hollow lady. Okay, I believe she can be stunned. Yeah, both of these guys are stunned. Totally. Yeah, I can't do anything.
I cannot carry this.
All right. So let's do this.
Glad you made it back.
So that was an easy enough map. Oh, these are decent boots. Like mid-tier leveling boots. Somebody's gonna want them. I don't know if they're that good anymore. Maybe nobody's leveling anymore. Who knows, but
Stay sane.
it's worth trying to sell for like maybe 2 chaos. 1 chaos. Just being able to sell one of these things for 1 chaos is pretty worth it, I think. Okay, now for these rings. Nope. 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 All pretty bad. Okay, that's it. I still only have this as the full stack. Got a few new maps. Crystal ore. Over here. And another unique. I mean, if we're getting a unique a day, by the time we get to... by the time we get to the end of the league, we should have completed the Identifying Uniques challenge. Currently we're at 35, so we still have 65 more to go. That's quite a few, I must say. But I believe that we can do it.
Need a map?
I believe. Okay.
May your maps be merciful.
Get some more ID scrolls. Let's go do another map. It's 12 minutes right now. Still got plenty of time. Let's do the cavern. So we just managed to do the Veil Pyramid. The cavern is next. And then after that we can maybe try the sewer. We could do all 3 of those. Maybe not today, but let's try and do as many as we can. We'll be able to hit 18 bonus objectives today, which is good. Chaining is fine. Shocking ground is fine as well. Let's do it. Alright, let's go.
In darkness, beast and man
Shocking
alike
ground, chain.
clamor
Okay.
to survive.
Just double checking. So the cavern... What was the boss here again? Was it the drop bears? Might have been. Now small locations, like small hallways, is actually pretty okay for my build, I think. It's when we get to like out in the open that it gets a little sketchy, because it's harder for us to target everything. So this is actually okay. Okay. Nothing here. Okay, this area is clear. Let's check this out. Nothing here either, huh? This is a weird little map. There isn't much pack density. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the fact that we didn't really roll the map well. We just rolled it as a blue map. But still. Okay. Whoa! Gotta be careful of shocking ground. That really hurt. Did I get crit? Or maybe it was a chain and it hit me twice while on shock ground. That's possible. Okay, well we're just blasting through this map right now, which is a good sign. But the fact that we're taking so much burst damage is a point of concern. Hopefully it's not something I have to worry about. Maybe it's just me being reckless and the fact that there's shock ground, so that's 50% more damage. Which is, it's a big deal. I think our armor is at a pretty good spot. To the point where we're deflecting most hits, maybe not the big ones, but a lot of the physical hits, you know, we're taking a lot less damage, which is a good sign. Okay, I was checking if I had like elemental weakness or something, but it doesn't seem to be the case. These void bearers just do a lot of damage. Okay. All right. I mean, we're just blasting through these areas. It's as smooth as it can get, really. And I'm grateful for that. And I mean that sincerely. Being able to just sort of blast through these areas, it really gets you into like a bit of a groove. And it just really feels really good when you're doing that, you know? You just start forming... like, there's a pattern to how you do things, you know? The buttons you press, it just all become like very automated. And that might sound boring, it's like, oh, you're pressing the same buttons, but it's like a lot of practice to do that, right? Or not practice, but you have to play for a long time in order to, you know, get these specific buttons in your head, right? When things are bad, I hit these flasks. I use these skills to evade, you know, I use these skills to move around, stuff like that. Kind of shows that, you know, you've gotten better at the game. If you, like, the clear speed aspect, build is a part of it, but it's also the way you play, right? So I feel like we're starting to play faster than we used to. That might not be the case, but it's just what it feels like. Now I remember, yeah, I removed point blank, which I shouldn't have. Let's switch faster attacks back. So we're gonna attack slower, but we're gonna do more damage, which is... I was wondering why it seemed like I was doing less damage overall. So that should be better. Now we have higher chances to stun due to the extra damage we're doing when we're point blank. And it's a more multiplier, so that's pretty good. Okay. Let's have this. This gets dealt with. $47 monsters left, so we're making pretty good pace, I think. To finishing another map. Oh, gotta be careful here. This hallway might get a little risky. Yeah, that's what I thought. Being under shot ground while fighting on a hallway against like leapers, like that's never a good way to do it.
I cannot do this yet.
Luckily we didn't die, so no harm was done. Let's just check out this area. So we gotta make sure we don't sit on the shot ground. It might not seem like much, but it actually does. It's very rippy. 8 monsters left. Where is the boss? I haven't seen him at all. Over here? It must be here. It's so open. Unless we already fought the boss. I do not remember fighting the boss. No, this must be the boss. Okay, I see him. The eroding one. Well, he eroded alright. Whoa, what was all that damage?
I cannot carry this.
There we go. Can take one of those. And
Glad you
then
made it back.
can sell these. So we got the Quattroli. Exploded. Enemies killed explode, dealing 10% of their life as fire damage. Isn't that a breach unique? Or is that just a new unique? Oh, sorry. That might be like a new unique. That's pretty cool though. Dealing 10% of their life as fire damage. That's like Infernal Blow. Except it attacks very slow and it's a low level item, so I guess it's not that good. Interesting though. The rest of the stuff, not too good. Dang, another like high rolled energy shield percentage boot, but the maximum energy shield flat is so low. That's disappointing. 130 for energy shield boots. Is that good? I don't think so. I'll check anyways. Boots minimum 130. I guess 150 after quality. Buyout, yes. Yeah, that's just a fusing. That's not worth anything. So let's sell that.
Good luck with your maps.
And put this away. Got some more maps. A marsh map. A ghetto. And another villa. Which is over here. Got another unique item. Here we go. And another gem. Now I'm collecting these quality gems because eventually I want to turn them into GCPs. So that's why, you know, you're wondering, oh, Emnix, you always complain about people not selling their stuff. How come you're not selling your quality gems? Those gems over there, or all of these here, they're gonna turn into GCPs one day. I've been buying them from, you know, after doing master missions. If I find some quality gems, I buy them. They're pretty cheap, and some gems, you know, you get them for real cheap for like 1 wisdom scroll, right? So that's pretty good. And eventually you can convert those to GCPs, which is pretty nice as well. Okay. I could do another map, but I won't. And I do apologize for that. I do feel bad, but been trying to keep it under 30 minutes. 25 minutes for 2 maps is okay, so we're averaging 12.5 minutes per, with selling and random talking in between. So we're making good time. We're at 18 bonus objectives completed. So that means by next episode we should, or at least 2 episodes, we should have 20, which is gonna be good. That's part of, that's our goal, right? Next time we're gonna be doing the sewer maps. Let's just finish all of these tier 3 maps. Once we are done with those, we can start looking at the tier 4s, tier 5s, and so on and so forth. We're not gonna do a particular line in particular, or any particular line. And I think I've mentioned this in the past. We're just going to try to do as many as we can. I think once we get to 30% bonus objectives complete, our map drops are going to start looking a lot better. So I'm excited for that. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Soon.